nation is obviously one that is imbued with great cultural sensitivity. And we've seen politicians throughout the ages try to deal with this problem. We've seen the Meat Lake Accord, the Charlottetown Accord. We've seen different solutions and to varying degrees of success. Now, I agree that Quebec should be a distinct society. I believe that Quebec has a very distinct culture, has obviously French, a distinct language, and its people are proud of their heritage. And with language laws, with other policies, maintaining the heritage, I'm okay for that. But if we are to say that Quebec is a nation, that gets into territory that I'm a little unsure about. Because if we recognize Quebec as a nation, a civic nation, or a nation within a country, these terms that are thrown around, then what about our Aboriginal population? What about our Inuit population? What about other people in Canada, distinct societies that are possibly also nations under this definition? Then we see a weakening of the federal state. We see a weakening of the national identity of Canada. We must allow individuals and groups to have full autonomy. We must offer them full respect, full human dignity, but giving them that political title, I fear, will weaken the fabric that is Canada. And furthermore, reforming the Constitution, amending the Constitution, I believe that's a bad idea. The problem is the Constitution is a piece of law that once you amend it, it becomes extremely hard to backtrack on that amendment. If you want to amend it on Monday, if you change your mind on Tuesday, then there's no going back. Of course, there's a technicality in that you need 2/3 of the provinces and 50% plus of the population. So amending the Constitution with a Quebec clause may not sit well with all of the provinces, may not necessarily sit well with the western provinces, or maybe the eastern provinces, and there may be an increase in regional conflict. There may be an increase in finger-pointing at Quebec, which would be a really unfortunate thing at this time. And if we were to enshrine constitutionally Quebec's rights as a nation, that poses some problems too. I believe that leads the door to sovereignty. I believe that leads the door to a further eroding of the national state, of Canada as a whole. If we constitutionalize an act that can lead to sovereignty, then it's not good for the collective whole. And I believe, as Canada's next great Prime Minister, we should keep the Constitution the way it is, respect people in Quebec, respect the culture, the heritage, but not utilize these political labels. Thank you.